Hello, lovelies! Welcome to my September wrap-up video. My tripod has broken, so until I get a new one, I hope you don't mind. Camera's a bit shaky. I'm kind of trying to balance it on some stuff and hold it up. So this is going to be a little quick update on the books that I read in September. So to kick it off, there are two graphic novels I read. One was part 1 and 2 of Dick Fight Island. That was a book. I gave it 4 stars. It was very enjoyable to read. um, I don't know how to describe it. There's men that fight on an island. I'm sure you know the rest. So the other graphic novel I read, I also gave 4 stars to, is part 1 and 2 of Heartstopper. I've also got part 3 and 4 saved. I'm on hold for at the library. What a sweet little book. People have been going on about it, and I haven't seen the Netflix show about it yet. I'm probably going to read it after, or watch it after I read part 3 and 4. But really sweet little high school coming out book. One of them is an out gay man, and the other one is thought he was straight until he started developing some feelings, so it's going to be like a journey, I'm guessing, of him discovering his feelings for this other boy. Oh my god, it's so sweet. There's like, of course, this book is so popular. It's just a cute little read. Uh, the next book I read was Clown in a Cornfield, which I thought was just some random book, but after I finished it, I heard it's kind of taking off on TikTok. So, it was an adorable read. I don't want any spoilers, but there was something that happened at the end that just came out of left field. I didn't read anything about the book, so it really surprised me. It was also a lot more gory than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like a YA horror, but it was definitely a spooky, shooty clown massacre, basically. So that was a 4 star. I also gave a 4 star month, to the book club read that I was doing. People in the area had a book club for The It Girl by Ruth Ware, and I wasn't enjoying it at first because it just felt there was so much feel. Like the whole book just felt like it was some girl just explaining how she was feeling to an overextension. But the ending really brought it around for me. It was a really good story, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I'm actually going to read another one of Ruth Ware's books, give her another try. Um, One that was recommended to me probably next month. And I gave 3 star to The Only Good Indians. I was really having a hard time getting through the book, and I can't pinpoint exactly why. It was a good story, and like the second last chapter really gripped me. Something horrible happens, but I think it was the way it was written. It was really hard for me to connect to the story. Um, it is a good story though. And the last book I read was the third part in this Peter Pan reimagining. It's a spicy book. It's called Their Vicious Darlings by Nikki St. Crowe. Um, Basically, it's like the Wendy family line gets kidnapped by Peter Pan, and it's like a reverse harem romance spicy book. I really enjoy it. It's a much more complicated storyline than you would think a spicy book would be, and it ties in a lot of the Peter Pan um, story and like little things like the shadows. There's 2 shadows for every land, a good and a bad shadow. It's a really good book. I gave it a 5 star. I thought it was going to be a 3-parter. Turns out after I finished the third one, cliffhanger, and there's going to be a fourth one. Cannot wait. This is a great read. Um, so that's my September wrap up, but I'm also going to announce my October reading. I do not have a list of books I'm going to read except for one. There's one uh, book that's gonna be on the list. I just don't know where yet because I'm going in blind. I have no idea what this is about except that it's a spicy book. And that's because in October, I am doing not a readathon, but a reading challenge. And it is called Cocktober. So there's these prompts that I'm going to try and fill all of in October, and they're all, obviously, uh, books of the spicy variety. There's a couple different prompts. We've got Reverse Harem, Forbidden Love, Bodyguard, Mafia Gang, everything down to Single Dad. So I'm going to try and fit all these prompts, and the one book that I do want to fit in is a book that people keep recommending to me. They say it's a heavy, dark book with a lot of triggers, and that interests me so much that, like I said, I'm gonna go in blind. I haven't read the description. I don't want to know any of the triggers. I want to be blindsided by this book, and it is called Sick Fucks. So, because I haven't read anything about it, I have no idea where I'm gonna fit this, but I'm gonna try and fit it on one of the prompts. And I've got some ideas for some of them. I posted it on one of my Facebook groups to try and get some more ideas for the different books. So at the end of the month, hopefully, I will come back with my October wrap up and have this filled out. So obviously, that one's going to have an adult rating because I'm not going to describe them obviously in detail, but I will see what YouTube will allow me to discuss. So that will be a fun October. I wasn't going to do a readathon this month. I was going to take a break because I kind of got off books once I came back from my vacation this month. For some reason, I just didn't feel like reading a lot. And like ever since I saw this, it just like sparked interest in me to read a bunch of Kindle Unlimited spicy books. So that's going to be fun. And I will post an update at the end of next month. Have a good one!